The call comes while I'm sitting in my car outside the fertility clinic, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles have gone white. Dr. Harrison's voice is gentle, practiced. "I'm so sorry, Eliza. The embryo didn't survive the thaw." I managed to thank her, my voice steady even as something inside me crumbles. This was our last try, our last embryo, the last $15,000 I could scrape together. The clinic's automatic doors whisper open as I walk in, that familiar antiseptic smell hitting me like a slap. I need something. Closure? Paperwork? I'm not even sure anymore. The receptionist's face falls when she sees me. They all know. In a place like this, failed cycles spread through the staff like ripples in still water. "I just need to—" My voice trails off. She nods, understanding, and slides a tissue box closer. "Take all the time you need." But I don't stay. There's nothing left here except other women's success stories plastered on the walls, all those smiling babies I'll never have. I stumble out, the late afternoon sun harsh against my tears. I drive to my mother's house on autopilot. She'll understand, I tell myself. She has to. The lights are on and Robin's car is in the driveway, my sister's perfect SUV for her perfect 3 kids. Of course she's here. I'm about to ring the doorbell when I hear them through the kitchen window, left open to the spring evening. The sound of my mother's laugh, sharp as breaking glass, freezes me in place. "Making such a production out of it," Robin's saying, her voice carrying that familiar note of dismissal. "I mean, honestly, how many times can someone try before they get the message?" "She always was dramatic," Mum replies. "Remember her high school breakup? 2 weeks of crying over that boy." "At least that was free," Robin snorts. "Brad says she's blown through her savings on this baby obsession. Like, take a hint from the universe already." The words hit like physical blows. I press my hand against the brick wall, steadying myself, taste something metallic and bitter in my mouth. "Well, she'll have to move on eventually," Mum sighs, though God knows what she'll fixate on next. Speaking of fixations, did you see what Margaret's daughter is wearing in her engagement photos? They move on to gossip, my pain dismissed as casually as yesterday's weather. The tears on my face dry, replaced by something else, something cold and clarifying, like frost spreading across glass. I've spent years trying to be the good daughter, the understanding sister. Years of watching Robin pop out babies like it was nothing, of enduring Mum's pointed comments about my empty spare bedroom. Years of them treating my infertility like some personal failing, some attention-seeking drama. My phone buzzes, a text from Robin. "You coming to dinner? Mum made your favourite." I look through the window again. They're laughing over wine now, my mother's perfectly manicured hands gesturing as she tells some story. Robin's designer purse sits on the counter, probably full of new ultrasound photos of her surprise 4th pregnancy she's been gloating about. My fingers hover over the phone's keyboard. For a moment I consider going in, swallowing my pain like always, playing the role of the grateful little sister, the dutiful daughter. Instead, I type, "Not feeling well, rain check." Robin's response is immediate. "Probably for the best. You seem a bit emotional lately. Get some rest." I stare at the message until the screen goes dark, reflecting my face back at me. I don't recognize the woman I see there. Or maybe, for the first time, I do. The bitter taste in my mouth crystallizes into something like purpose. They want the perfect family, the perfect daughter, the perfect sister. I'll give them exactly what they want, and I'll watch them tear themselves apart trying to keep it. I turn away from the window, my heels clicking sharply against the concrete. Behind me, their laughter continues, oblivious to what they've just created. My apartment feels different when I return. Smaller, but also more purposeful. I boot up my laptop, the blue light harsh in the darkness. The cursor blinks, waiting. First, research. I spend hours studying charity websites, foundation layouts, the precise language of old money and inherited purpose. Words like legacy and stewardship and generational impact fill my notes. My fingers fly across the keyboard, the sound a steady rhythm in the quiet room. By midnight, I've created 3 different email addresses with appropriately prestigious domains. The printer whirs to life, spitting out letterhead with a custom-designed logo. Nothing too flashy, just elegant serif fonts and a subtle watermark. The kind of understated wealth that my family has always desperately wanted to be associated with. The Harrison Blackwood Foundation for Family Excellence, I murmur, testing the weight of the words. It sounds old, established, vaguely British, the kind of institution that would make my mother preen and Robin drop names at her country club. I order business cards with a Manhattan address, really just a mail forwarding service, but they'll never know that. The website takes longer, but I've always been good with details. Clean lines, tasteful photos of marble buildings and oak-panelled rooms. A carefully curated history dating back to 1912. Mission statements that read like catnip to social climbers. Identifying and nurturing exceptional families who exemplify our values of tradition, excellence, and dignity. The smell of hot printer ink fills my small home office as I run off another batch of documents. My hands are stained with toner, but I barely notice. I'm building something here, piece by piece, a trap made of paper and pixels and my family's own desperate desires. My phone buzzes, another text from Robin. "Hope you're feeling better. Mum says you should come to Sunday dinner. The kids miss their aunt." I ignore it, focusing instead on crafting the perfect initial contact letter. The foundation needs to find them, not the other way around. Make them feel chosen, special. I study Robin's social media posts, noting every humble brag, every carefully staged family photo. "Dear Mrs. Barnes," I type, then delete it. Too formal. "Dear Robin." Better. Personal. "Our foundation has taken notice of your family's remarkable achievements and community standing. The words flow easily now. I know exactly what buttons to push, what dreams to dangle. A prestigious family award. Networking opportunities with other exceptional families. Mentorship programs for the children. And of course, the hint of significant financial benefits, always phrased in the most tastefully vague terms. I create a fake email chain between foundation board members, discussing the Barnes family in glowing terms. Robin will find it eventually. She always was good at snooping through other people's business. Let her think she's discovered something she wasn't supposed to see. The sun is rising by the time I finish the first phase. My eyes burn, but my mind is crystal clear. On my desk, the stack of materials looks perfectly legitimate. Letterhead, business cards, brochures, certificates. The website is live but hidden, waiting to be discovered. Everything cross-referenced, every detail consistent. I make coffee, standing by my window as the morning light creeps over the city. Somewhere across town, Robin is probably getting her kids ready for school. Mum is planning her day around lunch dates and charity committees. They have no idea what's coming. My phone buzzes again. Mum this time. "Darling, I know you're disappointed about the IVF, but you can't hide away forever. Life goes on. Life goes on." I look at my creations spread across my desk, the foundation that doesn't exist, the opportunity that will consume them. Yes, life goes on, but not the way they expect. I take a sip of coffee, grimacing at the bitter taste. One final touch. I create a private Instagram account for the foundation, just exclusive enough to make them feel special when they're finally allowed to follow it. I post a single photo. A mahogany desk with a leather portfolio embossed with the foundation's logo. The caption reads, "Preparing to welcome our newest family. Excellence recognizes excellence." The bait is set. Now I just have to wait for them to take it. The email from the foundation goes out at exactly 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. I time it perfectly. Robin always checks her phone after dropping the kids at school, and Mum religiously reads her emails over her morning coffee. I don't have to wait long. Oh my God, Elisa! Robin's voice hits a pitch that makes me hold the phone away from my ear. Have you checked your email? The Harrison Blackwood Foundation. They chose us. I keep my voice carefully neutral. What are you talking about? This amazing foundation. They've selected our family for their legacy sabbatical program. A whole year in their villa in the south of France, all expenses paid, networking with Europe's elite families. She's practically hyperventilating. Mum's already on the other line. Can you believe it? I click through the website I created, admiring my handiwork. The villa photos, carefully licensed from high-end real estate sites, shimmer with Mediterranean promise. Terracotta tiles, infinity pools stretching toward azure horizons, wine cellars stocked with vintages worth more than my car. That sounds incredible, I manage, as if I'm trying to be happy for them. I know you must be, Robin pauses, her voice dripping with fake sympathy. Well, you know, given everything you're going through. But you'll come visit us, won't you? The foundation allows family visits during certain months. Of course she twists the knife. I grip my phone tighter. I'll have to check my schedule. Brad's already calling about taking a sabbatical from the firm. And Mum's practically crying. She says this is what our family has always deserved. Recognition of our, what did the email say? Our exemplary familial bonds and societal contributions. The three-way call beep sounds and Mom joins us. Girls, can you believe this blessing? Robin, darling, I just got off the phone with Margaret. She's never even heard of this foundation. They're so exclusive. The villa looks amazing, Robin gushes. Did you see the private chef and the children's education program? They'll be taught alongside European nobility. I listen to them spin increasingly elaborate fantasies about their year abroad, the foundation's networking events with aristocrats, the cultural enrichment programs, the legacy building workshops, each detail I planted blooming into something even grander in their minds. Of course, Mum says, her voice taking on that particular tone she uses when she wants to appear generous. It's such a shame you won't be part of this, Elisa, with your situation being what it is. My situation? I keep my voice steady. Well, the foundation is all about family legacy, dear. And you're not. She trails off delicately. But we'll send pictures. Maybe you can house sit for us. Robin jumps in. Oh yes, someone needs to water my plants. And the foundation's dossier was very specific about their focus on traditional family structures. I let their words wash over me, imagining them sitting in their respective houses, practically vibrating with excitement. Robin probably already has Pinterest boards for her French wardrobe. Mum's likely planning how to drop this into conversation at her next social event. Have you looked into the foundation? I ask innocently. They seem very prestigious. Oh, absolutely, Robin says. Their board members are incredible. Did you see that, Countess? And their endowment must be massive. Brad says their Manhattan office is in one of the most expensive buildings in the city. I smile, thinking of the mail forwarding service I'm paying $50 a month for. Sounds perfect for you both. It really is, Mum sighs contentedly. Finally, someone sees our family's true worth. Well, most of our family, she adds, that little barb sliding home with practised ease. I should go, I say. Lots of work to catch up on. Of course, dear. Try not to be too jealous, Mum says, managing to make it sound like concern. Everything happens for a reason. After I hang up, I sit in the silence of my apartment, listening to the hum of my laptop. On the screen, the Foundation's Instagram page shows their latest post, a sunset view from the villa's terrace, caption reading, preparing for our newest family's journey toward excellence. Robin has already liked it, of course, and commented, "Beyond grateful for this incredible opportunity, je blessed Dieu and family legacy." I close my laptop, smiling. The hook is set, now to start reeling them in. I meet Robin for coffee the day after she quits her job. The cafe is crowded, but I can still smell the lingering scent of her office on her clothes, printer toner, stale air, and something else. Fear, maybe. "You should have seen their faces," she says, stirring her latte obsessively. So jealous, especially Amanda. She actually had the nerve to ask if there were other positions available with the foundation. I take a careful sip of my Americano. How did Brad's partners take his news? "They're being difficult about his sabbatical." She leans forward, lowering her voice. But the foundation was very clear about full family participation. We can't risk losing this opportunity just because his firm won't accommodate us. So he's quitting too. Taking early partnership buyout. She waves her hand like she's dismissing concerns about throwing away a 15-year career. The foundation's connections will more than make up for it. Did you see their latest email about the networking events? European law firms, private equity? I had written that email myself at 3 a.m., carefully crafting each promise like a tiny hook. "Sounds amazing. How's the house sale going?" "We listed yesterday. The market's not great, but we have to be in France by August." She checks her phone, the foundation's Instagram page, I notice. Mum's helping with the down payment on the short-term rental. Speaking of Mum, my phone buzzes with her text. "Need to discuss something. Come by today." I find her in her kitchen, surrounded by bank statements and calculator apps. The air is thick with her signature perfume, but it's not quite masking the sharp tang of anxiety sweat. "The foundation's requirements are very specific," she says without preamble. "Family participants must show liquid assets of at least €2 million before the sabbatical begins." Her hands shake slightly as she sorts through papers. "For emergency purposes, they say." "That's a lot of money," I observe mildly. "I'm liquidating some investments. And the vacation house." She doesn't meet my eyes. "It's worth it for the connections we'll make. The foundation's director. Did you see his title? His family dates back to the Norman Conquest." I think of the stock photo I'd use for the director's profile, some silver-haired model in a bespoke suit. What does Dad think about selling the vacation house? He'll understand, eventually. She straightens a stack of papers with trembling fingers. Robin needs help with their rental deposit anyway, and the foundation's cultural enrichment fee. I check the foundation's email account later that night. Dozens of messages from Robin and Mom, each more desperate than the last. Questions about wire transfer details, requests for deadline extensions, anxious confirmations of their latest financial movements. Brad sent 3 emails asking about the foundation's entrepreneurship program, his backup plan, I assume, for when his career implodes. There's a frantic edge to his writing that wasn't there before. I scroll through Robin's social media. Her latest post shows empty moving boxes stacked in their living room. Big changes ahead. So blessed to be chosen for this amazing opportunity. The new chapter. Each are blessed. The comments are telling. Her friend's enthusiasm has a strained quality now. "You're selling everything! And so sudden! And are you sure about this?" My phone rings. Robin again. "The foundation sent another email about the children's education deposits," she says without greeting. "We're a little short this month. I know things are tight for you, but—" "I can barely pay my own bills," I remind her. "After all those IVF treatments—" "Right, of course." The disappointment in her voice is palpable. "It's just, this is such an amazing opportunity, life-changing. I hate that you're missing out." I make a non-committal noise. Mum's being weird about money suddenly, she continues. All these questions about the foundation's banking details, as if an organisation like this would be anything but legitimate. She's going to ruin everything with her paranoia. I'm sure it'll work out, I say soothingly. After we hang up, I create another foundation email, this one about an exclusive pre-sabbatical gala in Manhattan. Black tie, European nobility, press coverage, the perfect carrot to keep them moving forward, even as their bank accounts drain and their lives unravel. I hit send and lean back, imagining their phones lighting up with the notification, the way they'll read it with mounting excitement and just a touch of panic. The scramble for gala attire they can't afford. Sometimes the best revenge is just giving people exactly what they think they want. The family group chat explodes on a Wednesday afternoon. My phone buzzes with rapid-fire notifications while I'm crafting the foundation's latest email about required wardrobe specifications for the gala. Robin: OMG, Mum, did you see this letter? Mum: just opened it, shocking. Robin: should we tell her? Mum: she needs to know. I watch the typing bubbles appear and disappear, my stomach tightening. Finally, a photo appears, yellowed envelope, postmarked 11 years ago, addressed to me at Robin's old house, where I stayed that summer after college. The next image makes my blood run cold. Johnny's handwriting. I'd know those sharp, angry strokes anywhere. Robin: Elisa, you should read this. I already am, my eyes scanning the photographed pages with growing horror. Words jump out like punches. Manipulative, desperate, couldn't take the hint, emotional vampire. Johnny's final never-delivered verdict on our relationship, written in the aftermath of our messy breakup. Why are you reading my mail? I type, hands shaking. It was delivered to my old address, Robin replies. But oh my God, Elisa, did you really do those things? Johnny says you faked a pregnancy to keep him? The memory hits me like a physical blow. The actual pregnancy, the miscarriage, Johnny's cruel dismissal of my grief as manipulation. The letter tells a different story, his version twisted into something ugly. Mum jumps in. Darling, this explains so much. The IVF obsession, the neediness. Maybe we should discuss getting you some help. That letter is 11 years old, I type, and private. But it's exactly like now, Robin responds. Johnny saw it back then. How you make everything so dramatic. The foundation people probably sense it too. Is that why they didn't consider you for the family program? I watch their messages pile up, their concern masking something darker. But there's tension building between them too. Mum questioning Robin about why she opened the letter. Robin defending herself, growing snippy about Mum's controlling behaviour. My phone rings. Brad. Look, he says, sounding tired. Robin's upset about this letter thing. She's saying maybe we should postpone the foundation stuff, get you help first, but we've already sold the house. Put Robin on. There's a shuffle, muffled arguing. Robin's voice comes through, sharp with frustration. This is exactly what Johnny was talking about. You making everything about you. Mum agrees we need to focus on family healing before the sabbatical, but we can't delay. The foundation won't. The foundation won't what? I cut in. Wait for you to sort out ancient history? Help your sister instead of networking with European nobility? Silence. Then, that's not fair. We're trying to help you. By reading my private mail? By using my past to question my mental health? Mom, Robin calls away from the phone, tell her how worried we've been. I hear Mom in the background, her voice uncertain. Robin, perhaps we should... The foundation's deadline. Fine, Robin snaps. Take her side, but when she ruins this opportunity like she ruins everything else... Robin, Mum sounds scandalised. The foundation specifically mentioned family unity in their last email. We can't risk... Risk what? Robin's voice rises. Looking like we can't control our own family, like we're not good enough? I end the call, letting them argue. Within minutes, the group chat lights up again. Mum, we need to present a united front. The foundation values traditional family harmony. Robin, maybe if you hadn't spoiled her all these years. Mum, don't you dare blame me. Your behaviour lately has been concerning. Brad, can everyone calm down? We're supposed to submit our financial verification tomorrow. I silence my phone, smiling slightly. The letter, that unexpected ghost from my past, has done what I never could. Exposed the fault lines in their perfect family facade, shown them exactly who they are. My laptop pings with a new foundation email. Robin desperately trying to smooth things over, assuring the board that any family tensions are temporary, easily resolved. I start drafting the response, making sure to mention how concerning these developments are to the Foundation's commitment to family excellence. Let them stew in that for a while. The bitter taste of old heartbreak fades, replaced by something sweeter. Sometimes the past comes back not to haunt you, but to help you haunt others. I park far enough away that they won't spot my car, but close enough to watch it all unfold. The private airfield shimmers in the August heat, jet fuel fumes mixing with the scorched grass smell of late summer. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since dawn. I check the latest messages. Robin, 7:15 a.m. Security! Can't believe this is happening. Mom, 7:45 a.m. The Foundation's car service is running late. But what elegance! Did you see the logo? Robin, 8:30 a.m. Kids are so excited, though Brad seems tense. There was no car service, of course. They took an overpriced airport taxi. Through my windshield, I watched them pose for photos beside their mountain of designer luggage, bought specially for their year abroad. Robin's wearing a cream linen suit that probably cost more than my monthly rent. Mum's hair is freshly highlighted, catching the morning sun. Brad keeps checking his watch. My phone buzzes again. Robin, 9:15 a.m. Slight delay with the plane. Foundation says 30 mins. I sent that update myself an hour ago, using the Foundation's email account. I've been sending them here and there all morning, each one pushing their departure back just a little further. Through my binoculars, I can see the cracks starting to show. Robin's pacing, her new heels clicking against the tarmac. Mum's reapplying her lipstick for the third time, her hands less steady now. Brad's on his phone, probably trying to contact the Foundation's travel coordinator. Robin, 9:45 a.m. Elisa, are you awake? Need you to check something. Robin, 9:47 a.m. Call me, important. Mum, 9:50 a.m. Darling, please respond. It's about the Foundation. The sun climbs higher. Other private jets come and go, none of them here for my family. I watch Robin try to chat with a ground crew member, her gestures becoming more animated. Mum's sitting on her Vuitton trunk now, fanning herself with a magazine. The kids are whining, their carefully coordinated travel outfits wilting in the heat. Robin, 10:30 a.m. Something's wrong. Foundation's number's not working. Brad, 10:35 a.m. Elisa, urgent. Need Foundation's Manhattan office number. Mom, 10:40 a.m. Please call immediately. Emergency. I imagine their panic rising like the temperature, their certainty beginning to crack like the dry earth around the airstrip. Every passing minute strips away another layer of their smugness, their superiority. Robin, 11:15 a.m. This doesn't make sense. The wire transfers, the emails. Mom, 11:20 a.m. Airport staff never heard of Harrison Blackwood Foundation. Brad, 11:25 a.m. Call as soon as you can. Bad situation here. Through the binoculars, I watch Robin's perfect composure finally shatter. She's shouting at Brad now, jabbing her finger at his chest. Mum's on her phone, probably trying the Foundation's number for the 100th time. The kids are crying, their dreams of French private schools and Mediterranean summers melting away in the heat. Robin, 12 p.m. Everything's gone. The money, the house. Please help. Mum, 12:05 p.m. Need to talk. Might have made terrible mistake. Brad, 12:10 p.m. Police involved now. Where are you? I start my car, the air conditioning a blessed relief from the summer heat. In my rearview mirror, I can see them huddled together on the airstrip, their expensive luggage like abandoned monuments to their greed and cruelty. Their perfect family tableau has dissolved into something raw and ugly, exposed under the merciless sun. One final message lights up my phone. Robin, 12:30 p.m. Did you do this? Did you? Please. Tell me you didn't. I turn off my phone and pull away from the airfield. Let them stand there in the heat, watching empty skies, waiting for a plane that will never come. Let them go home to houses they've sold, jobs they've quit, lives they've dismantled, all for a dream I painted in pixels and promises. The taste of victory is sharp and clean, like the first breath after a summer storm. They wanted a perfect life so badly they were willing to destroy what they had to get it. All I did was give them the opportunity. Sometimes the cruelest thing you can do to someone is give them exactly what they ask for. I'm sitting in the fertility clinic's waiting room when Robin finally calls. The same chair, the same antiseptic smell, but everything else has changed. We're ruined. Her voice sounds strange, hollowed out. The foundation. There is no foundation, is there? I listen to her ragged breathing, to the echo of wind in the background. They're still at the airfield, I realise. Still waiting, even now. Mum's talking about reverse mortgages. Brad's firm won't take him back. The kids. She chokes on something between a laugh and a sob. God, the kids. We sold their beds, their toys, everything. The clinic's air conditioning hums cool and clean against my skin. A nurse walks past, gives me a gentle smile. She doesn't know I'm not here for treatment anymore. Say something, Robin pleads. Please, we checked the Manhattan office. It's just a mail drop. The foundation's Instagram is gone. The website. How did you? I close my eyes, letting her words wash over me like the ultrasound gel once did. Cold, invasive, revealing. Remember when my last embryo failed? My voice is quiet, steady. You were at Mom's laughing about my baby obsession, telling me to take a hint from the universe. The silence on the other end is absolute. You wanted the perfect life so badly, I continue, the perfect family story. You needed me to be the broken one, the desperate one, so you could feel better about yourselves. We were trying to help. No, you were trying to feel superior. And now look, you destroyed everything chasing a fantasy, just like you said I did with the IVF. A new mother walks past with her baby, that distinct powder-sweet scent trailing behind them. Once, that would have gutted me. Now it's just a detail, like the hum of the fluorescent lights or the faint beep of medical equipment down the hall. The police! Robin starts, then stops. They say we did this to ourselves, that we transferred the money willingly, sold everything willingly. Didn't you? Mum's having chest pains. Brad won't stop vomiting. The kids keep asking when we're going to France. Her voice cracks again. Help us, please, you're my sister. Was I your sister when you mocked my pain? When you turned my loss into a joke? Through the phone, I hear the distant roar of another private jet taking off. Someone else's dream of escape actually taking flight. The irony tastes like copper in my mouth. I'm pregnant, Robin whispers suddenly. Found out last week. Baby number 5. I was going to announce it at the Foundation's gala. Show everyone how perfect. She trails off, reality finally sinking in. The clinic's antiseptic smell wraps around me like armour. Here, in this place of sterile hope and clinical disappointment, I feel almost holy, purified. Congratulations, I say, and hang up. My phone immediately lights up with messages. Mom, please call, we need you. Brad. The kids are asking for their aunt. Robin. Don't do this. We're family. Family. The word sits there as sterile as the clinic air. Once it meant everything. Now it's just letters on a screen, like the foundation's promises had been. A nurse calls my name. Not for treatment. I'm here to sign the final paperwork, releasing my remaining frozen eggs for research, letting go of one last dream while my family's dreams crash and burn on a sun-baked runway. Are you sure about this? The nurse asks kindly, sliding the forms across the desk. I think of Robin's broken voice, of Mom's desperate texts, of Brad's shattered career, of all their perfectly curated photos and social media posts, their designer clothes and country club memberships, all sacrificed on the altar of their own greed and cruelty. Yes, I say, signing my name with steady hands. I'm very sure. My phone buzzes one last time as I leave the clinic. Robin again. We have nothing left. I step into the sunshine, breathing in the warm summer air. The taste of revenge has faded, replaced by something cleaner, more antiseptic. Like the clinic's air, like new beginnings, like truth. They have nothing left. But I have everything I needed, the knowledge that sometimes justice comes not from what we gain, but from what others lose. The first drops of rain hit as I walk home, releasing that distinctive summer storm scent. Hot pavement suddenly cooling, ozone sharp in the air. I don't open my umbrella. The water feels clean against my skin. My apartment welcomes me with silence. No messages blinking on my landline, no urgent emails from the foundation that never existed. Just the soft whir of my air conditioning and the growing rhythm of rain against windows. I go through my evening routine with deliberate care. Grinding coffee beans, the nutty aroma filling my kitchen, heating water to precisely the right temperature. The pour-over method takes time, but I'm done rushing through life, done trying to keep pace with others' expectations. Thunder rolls in the distance as I delete the foundation's email accounts, its social media profiles, its carefully crafted website. Each click feels like setting down a heavy weight I've carried too long. The laptop closes with a soft snap, and then it's just me and my coffee, watching rain trace patterns on glass. My phone lights up, Mom's number. I silence it without reading the message. Through the walls I can hear my neighbour practicing piano, something slow and melancholic. It fits the moment perfectly. The coffee is strong, almost bitter. I drink it black now. No more sweetening things to make them more palatable. No more pretending. A text from Robin. The kids are sleeping in sleeping bags tonight. We had to let the movers take their beds early for the move that wasn't real. I hope you're happy. I am, but not in the way she means. Not with gloating satisfaction or vindictive pleasure. It's a quieter feeling, like the peace after a long fever breaks, like finally putting down a burden you've carried so long you forgot it wasn't part of you. The rain picks up, drumming against my windows. I think about Robin's children in their sleeping bags, about Mum's empty vacation house, about Brad's partnership desk being cleared out. Once, their pain would have been my pain, their problems would have been mine to solve, their happiness my responsibility, but not anymore. I pour another cup of coffee, breathing in its rich aroma. On my kitchen counter, the paperwork from the fertility clinic sits in a neat folder. My final goodbye to one possible future, my welcome to another. The rain makes everything feel new, possible. My phone buzzes again, a series of texts from Mom. We're staying at Robin's tonight. The bank is asking questions. Please call us. We're still family. Family. The word used to feel like a noose, like something I had to earn through endless patience and forgiveness. Now it's just letters on a screen, no more meaningful than the foundation's empty promises had been to them. The piano music next door shifts to something major key, something hopeful. I stand by my window, coffee warm in my hands, watching the city blur through rain-streaked glass. Somewhere out there, my family is huddled together, their perfect lives in ruins. They're probably still waiting for me to fix things, to cave under the weight of guilt or obligation. They'll be waiting a long time. The storm is directly overhead now, lightning illuminating my apartment in sharp bursts. In these flashes, everything looks different, cleaner, clearer, like seeing the truth of things instead of what you wish was there. My coffee is cooling, but I drink it anyway. Bitter to the last drop, but real. Everything tastes different when you stop sugar-coating it. A final text comes through, Robin again. I don't understand how you could do this to your own family. I don't respond. She wouldn't understand the answer anyway. Wouldn't understand how sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away. How freedom sometimes costs everything, but is worth even more. The rain is softening now, turning into that gentle patter that makes everything feel fresh and new. I open my window slightly, letting in the clean, wet air. It carries away the last traces of coffee smell, the last echoes of my family's voices, the last wisps of who I used to be. Tomorrow, the sun will rise on their ruined lives and my new beginning. They'll face the consequences of their choices, and I'll face the future. Alone, but honest. Free. Sometimes that's all you need.